Well, hello there, my girlies, or well, girlies in a gender neutral way. Everybody's welcome. Yeehaw. This video is going to be different. As you can hear, I am actually speaking, which I have never done on this channel before, so voice reveal, I guess. And there is no background music, or maybe there will be. You'll have to ask editing me, but I'm going to be talking throughout the entire video, and the actual time lapse, the speed build, is going to be kind of like a background video. And I'm doing this because I realized that my videos were really just boring, and I understand nobody watches them. So that's what we're doing today, and I'm guessing I'll just kind of use this as a podcast. I'm not really going to be talking about the build. Little bit, but we'll see. First, let me introduce myself. Some of you may already know that my name is Rose. Well, my name is Rose. My channel name is Meerkatzels, and I guess I just wanted to do this today. I randomly got the motivation for it. Now, I think I should mention that English is not my first language. It is actually Dutch, and Dutch is very much at the back of your throat, whereas English is very much in front of your mouth, as I like to say. And that kind of makes it difficult for me to sometimes pronounce English words, but I'm trying. But please don't make fun of my accent. Thank you in advance. Now, also I have braces, so I know that my English is not very good. Well, I am fluent in English, but speaking English is different from watching many movies every week and listening to many YouTube essays. So, that's I think all you need to know before we get started. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the build. This is one part of the, I think, 5 or 6 part series that I'm doing. This is part 3 of building a castle in Willow Creek in what would usually be the Magnolia Blossom Park. And in the first video we made the shell, in the second video we decorated the outside, and now in this video we are furnishing the inside of the castle part. Basically, it's going to be 3 houses and some shops, but this part is where the royal family lives. Now, actually, I am not a big fan of the idea of a monarchy, but we're just doing this because it's fun, and I wanted to build a castle. And yeah, abolish the monarchy, I guess. The whole idea of a royal family, I hate it. Well, but I'll try not to get political, I guess. Well, that's a little fun fact about me. I hate the monarchy. I guess I can tell you guys a little bit about myself now, and you can just keep watching all that is in the background right now. Also, I am recording this audio on my phone. I do not have a separate microphone or anything, so you probably hear some saliva every now and then. I'm sorry about that. Also, I can't really hold my phone still right now. I have to hold it in my hand. So I don't know how the audio quality is going to be yet. I'm going to try to maybe edit it a little bit in CapCut later on to see if I can make it a little smoother. But overall, it's going to be low quality. And this is also the first time that I'm trying this. So it might get better next time. If there is a next time, we'll see about that. But for now, you just have to accept the poor quality. Now, about myself. I told you my name is Rose. Now you know that I'm Dutch. I live in the Netherlands. And, I'm just a teenage girl trying to get through life and find her way in life, see what she wants to do with her life. Like, I recently got a job, actually. I do volunteering at a retirement home. And that's my first time ever having a job, and I just kind of thought, like, if I want to get started with working, then volunteering would be an easy way to start. And it's really fun so far. except for the fact that on my first day, somebody passed away. And then on my second day, there was, like, they were, what do you call it? Well, they were checking if the food was safely prepared and everything. And I work in a restaurant and I served the lunch and everything. So I guess I have had everything so far, from people dying to overly controlling people who say that I should wash my hands more often, even though I already wash them 10 times a shift. Anyways, that's my job. Also, I actually only learned to use public transport this year, and it took me many, many years to do that. And honestly, I think I should tell you probably, like, I have autism, which is kind of why it's so difficult for me. I've just always struggled with the whole thing of having to check in and check out, and it was also a lot of social anxiety when I was younger. So I learned to travel by bus on my own this year, and it is so nice. Like, it's expensive, that's for sure, but I just love it. And also, I hate cycling. Yes, I'm Dutch and I hate cycling. So that was also motivation for me to get more independent and start using public transport. But yes, I have autism. Yeah, I just do. I don't know what else to say about that. I think it's pretty obvious. If you ever meet me in real life, you will definitely be able to tell that I have autism. And, as a child, I used to have more trouble with it, but now I'm in special education, and I also have a good therapist, and I feel like, well, I'm still masking a lot, but there are also places that I get to go where I know I can be myself, and I have many autistic friends now. Or, well, the fact that I even can say that I have friends is already a big improvement. Like, in primary school, I was definitely a loner. I was also like a really annoying kid. If any of my classmates from primary school see this, I am terribly sorry that you had to deal with me in those days. I promise you, I'm a bit of a better person now, but if I'm really a good person, that's up to you to decide. Okay, well, enough about primary school. But yes, that's autism. I actually don't know what I'm gonna say anymore. I didn't write a script for this or anything. I didn't write down notes either. I just kind of started recording. Oh, well, I guess I could talk about my hobbies. I like to crochet. Now, lately I haven't been crocheting much, but I do quite like it. Not really amigurumi. Like, I don't really like making stuffed animals and all, because you have to count a lot. Like, I prefer making bags and scarves and all. That's more like what I like. Like, the simple patterns that you can crochet with, like, a bad sitcom in the background. Like, last summer, I was crocheting a scarf with The Office in the background, and it made me realize that that show is not for me, but I did have a great time. I wouldn't watch it without crocheting as well, because then it would just be too boring for me. Like, I prefer thrillers and dystopian stuff, or rom-coms, because I love a good romance. I recently watched My Lady Jane, and, well, that is also kind of a fantasy, and it's historically inaccurate, but it's also kind of historically accurate because it's about real people who have in fact lived. But it's really cool, and I do recommend it. It's on Amazon Prime. But the romance as well, it's just great. Like, this is my new comfort show, and I think I will watch it again many times throughout my life. Like, it's just really great. I recommend it. What was I even talking about? Right, my hobbies. So, well, I like crochet, and as you can maybe tell right now, I love movies and series. I really do. I like Stranger Things. Now, I know that some people are boycotting Stranger Things because there's a few Zionists in the cast. You're allowed to boycott it or watch it illegally, whatever you want. I'm not doing that because I love the show far too much, and I think there's more effective ways of boycotting and therefore showing your support to the people in Gaza than to just boycott a show. Like, there's many people on that set who are working very hard, and I don't think I will boycott the show because 2 people from the cast have shown their support for Israel. I said I was going to try not to get political, but here we are. Well, I like Stranger Things, but I also love, well, My Lady Jane, as you just noticed, but I love rom-coms, I guess, just every now and then. I love the old Barbie movies. Like, they're my core childhood memories, honestly. Barbie movies, they're amazing. I just love the sparkle and the glitters. Now, I also am a big fan of The Hunger Games. I think Suzanne Collins is the most skilled and talented author that the world has ever seen. And I like George Orwell too, but he is a bit of a misogynist every now and then. I'm really getting political. I'm sorry. I did not intend for this to get so political. It's genuinely quite bad. Well, yes, I like George Orwell too, I guess. Well, his real name is Eric Arthur Blair, but I'm getting off topic. I just wanted to say that I love Suzanne Collins and I love her work. Like, The Hunger Games is beautifully written. I don't want to use the word masterpiece for just about anything, but I think the Hunger Games books are all masterpieces. I've read all the books, I own all the books except for Catching Fire, the Dutch translation. Like, I own the full English collection and then most of the books in Dutch. So I still want Catching Fire in Dutch, but I just think they're one of the best pieces of fiction ever written, and I love them. Now, what other movies am I like a really big fan of? I would say, what's it called, that movie that I recently watched? I forgot. I absolutely forgot. Oh, well, yes, this is kind of my guilty pleasure, but I love the movie Endless Love, which is kind of about 2 teens falling in love, but the father of the girl doesn't agree with it and all that. Emphasis on guilty pleasure. Like, it's not the best movie, but I simply really enjoyed it. And the same goes for like Fabricante de la Crime. I liked it. Like, the Tearsmith is what it's called in English, I believe. I liked it, and I wish I didn't, because it's kind of awful. But it was so bad, but so good, you know? I think you just kind of know what I like right now. Like, the really bad romances and the dystopian stuff that you can actually learn something from. Like, sometimes I want a meaningful movie and sometimes I want nothing. Also, I love Tangled. I'm not a Disney fan or anything, but Tangled, like, oh, Rapunzel, I love that so much. Like, I'm such a simp for Eugene. Like, Flynn Rider, all day, every day, please. He's so handsome, and he's so attractive, and he's perfect. I'm just saying. Now, I do have other hobbies, except for movies and, aside from movies and crochet, I like The Sims, which is a surprise to exactly no one. As you can see, I make speed builds here, but I also play The Sims a lot outside of my channel. Like, I build many buildings and I do gameplay as well, but I don't really record that or anything. And, well, I'm a big Sims fan, I guess. I mean, EA really charges too much for their stuff. Also, recently I made it into a Karen and Connie video. Like, they were showing something on the gallery, and then in the left bottom corner you could see Meerkatzels. That's my gallery ID, if you want to follow me. Hint, hint. But you could see my gallery ID, and honestly I think nobody noticed it except for myself, but I noticed it, and it is the biggest flex ever to me. I could tell you about my other hobbies next time, But the speed build is done now, so I'm gonna end the video here. I am too lazy to make a proper end screen, but I'll see you guys next time, and if you liked this video, subscribe so that you are notified when I make the next part. Goodbye.